Finding love is not that easy, right? And it's especially hard in this economy. And guess what? Many women say they are finding it very hard to find a man who makes as much as they do. A study by Cornell University found that the country's declining marriage rate is due to the lack of financially eligible bachelors. Women are actually outpacing men with education, and this is changing the age-old mentality that men are the breadwinners. In turn, the gig or small gigs economy and lack of good jobs out there have left the ladies single and disgruntled. And researchers say they are seeing a trend of women dating down, which means, a man who...
Dating down, really?
So one of the things I think Kevin Samuels' platform did was it helped expose the double standard when it comes to the financial expectations of women, and in particular, the black community. And in my opinion, because of what was revealed, many of the criticisms of black men have lost validity, because much of that criticism usually revolves around a small percentage of men anyways. But there's still criticisms of the black manosphere and the manosphere as a whole, ranging from those that just don't like the ideals that are pushed to others who bring in these broad concepts like capitalism, patriarchy, hegemonic masculinity, as to why manosphere advice isn't helpful to men. And while doing so, there are all kinds of stats and women admitting to the things that the manosphere tries to tell guys about. So for those that bring in these broad concepts into the discussion of modern dating in a critical manner, why is there such focus on men while ignoring a whole culture and lifestyle pushed by many women that glorifies the many things that hegemonic masculinity and so-called patriarchy provides?
Got me fucked up. I don't trust him. If he ain't got more than me, can't fuck.
And I don't think a person needs the likes of an IG model's ass pictures to know that a lot of men's attention is on women. And I'm pretty sure they want to be considered by the woman that they have a lot of their attention on. And this isn't just city girls I'm speaking about. Regardless of how egalitarian relationships have become, let's keep it real. The bare minimum that's expected from a man in many cases is that he could provide at least equally financially.
We're going to hold off until we get that great job, really career driven. And I don't think there's anything wrong with hoping that there's someone either on your level or higher than you.
And I don't think that's the type of equality men thought of when it comes to women's achievements in the workplace.
So, okay.
Go ahead, Lord Doctor.
All right. So before, right, it was okay when the man made more money to be the one to buy everything, to do, treat you and all this other kind of stuff. And now that you make more money, you can't be that one. Right? You can't be the one to pay for the meal and because you're dating down.
I hate that, yeah.
What is that about? It wasn't called dating down.
Right.
Yeah.
When men were the breadwinners and all that.
It's
called down now.
A round of applause to this guy. He really laid that out pretty well. Now, the good thing is that there are women calling this out and they lay out some reasonable solutions. But unfortunately, many get called pick-me's, and Kendra G is one of them.
It's giving pick-me. It's giving pick-me. It's giving pick-me. And you do this to every black woman that...
Now, Kevin Samuels is gone, but much of these expectations are still on full display on Kendra G's show. And she had a guest that, almost down to a T, described what Kevin Samuels revealed and spoke about.
So you prefer to make him $500K?
I mean, if it's possible, to be honest with you, I'm going to be reasonable, okay? You don't find a lot of people that make $500K. I have come across a few, but preferably that would be my preference. But if he makes anywhere 200 and up, for real, I'll take it.
200 and up, okay. Okay. And does he have to be black?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, black man.
So do you normally date men that make 200K and up?
Yeah.
So what's the issue? Is it because you're currently married?
No, that's not an issue, girl.
Okay, then what's the issue with the men that you date in that salary bracket?
Because the men that I'm dating, they're like men in power. And then they don't like for women to stand on their own, right? They want me to be 100% submissive. They want me to be very dependent of them. And although I'm looking for someone that will take care of me, and when I see my kids, I can take care of my own kids. I make money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I buy my own shit. But it would be nice to have someone that could take care of me. If I want to take a nice trip, okay, let's go. That would be nice. So the men here that I've met, they just don't have that. They expect me to be at home and not do nothing and cook and clean all day. I cook, I clean. Of course, I'm a woman. That's fine. But I'm not going to do that shit all day. I'm not going to do it all day. So that's the problem with these high value men that I've been meeting here.
So you don't think that that's a quality most of the men in that tax bracket have?
Right, but you can be open.
I'm telling you, it's something else to hear someone say a person can be open while closing the door to more than 0.5% of people.
Like, you don't have to expect, like, you have to be okay with me doing what I'm doing. Like, you can't.
He don't gotta be okay with anything because he got plenty of women that's trying to be with him.
So that's fine. Then he's not supposed to be with me then. I need a man that's going to value me. And that's the problem with the person that I was with before. A lot of women wanted to be with him. That's great. But I should be enough for you, right? Whether you make 200K or $1 million, it doesn't matter. You should really love the person that you're with, and that person should just be enough for you.
Well, you're not loving him because based off who he is. You're loving him based off his salary.
That's not true. That's not true.
Well, you said you want to date a man that makes less than 200K.
Kendra, it's because I've done that.
Isn't it crazy how she says it doesn't matter as long as it's within the 200K to $1 million range?
I've done that for years. And the problem is I've had to wear the pants myself. And I'm done. I really want someone that can actually lead. So I will love him for him, of course.
But didn't she say she was with a guy that made that much money? So something seems off with what she's explaining.
But if I'm telling you, hey, I want to take this trip real quick, and you tell me now I got to wait for my next paycheck, bro, I'm out.
So you're not loving him for him. You're loving him that starts with the salary first, and then the love will potentially come.
You know what? My auntie always told me, first you get married for love, second you get married for money. So maybe that's what it's going to be.
Now, why would a guy want to be in that kind of situation where money is that important to the foundation of that relationship? I'm not saying that it shouldn't have any importance at all, but if the money goes, imagine the pressure knowing that the person you're with will leave as well. Now, I won't knock a person's preference, but I think when repeatedly hearing things like what this woman explained to Kendra, it's clear to see the type of pressure that a lot of men face. You know, there's now an emphasis on becoming a high value man just for many guys to feel like they could start a family. And that worries me. Because though I think men should strive to be the best versions of themselves, both physically and economically, they should do so in a reasonable way that doesn't lead to burnout. What's expected isn't reasonable, and seems like a clear path to burnout for those trying to fit this criteria. And that's why I think it's important for women and those outside of the manosphere to call this stuff out. Because I would imagine that most guys want to start families. And though I'm not a fan of hustle culture, I'm kind of indifferent on men partaking in it because I don't know what else they should do if they want to start families. You know, closing the gender wage gap hasn't done anything to hypergamy, and the standstill we see in modern dating has revealed that. And I think Kevin Samuels and now Kendra G's platforms have helped make this much more clear. Anyways, that's it for now. If you can, please hit the like and subscribe button. I'm out.